Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. My name is Candace St. James. Thanks for coming back. And in this tutorial, we're gonna actually go ahead and start the whole body sculpting process. A lot of drag queens, and I say this with concern a little bit. So in this tutorial, a lot of drag queens that are cisgender men are gonna have to do something called body sculpting. We are not as curvaceous as women, so we need to go ahead and accent those areas in which we need to give ourselves the illusion of being a female. And so 1, 2, 3, let's get fabulous! Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and click the bell button below. And please tell all your friends. I really love enjoying you guys coming back and stuff like that. I'm almost at 90, I'm at 98 subscribers right now. And I would love to go ahead and get to 100. And when I go to and get to 100, I'm gonna do a free random giveaway. And I will give you directions on that later on. So in this tutorial, we are gonna need a few various essentials. We're gonna need some plastic wrap, some cling wrap, plastic wrap. Don't waste your money, go to the dollar store, waste $1. Don't waste $5 or $3 on this. Also a Sharpie marker or some kind of permanent marker. I use Sharpie because that's what I found. They're also very inexpensive. You're gonna need a turkey carver. Mine was $10 at Walmart. It was just the cheapest one they had. We are going to use them to actually sculpt and cut through the foam. It works like magic. Then you just need something to draw straight with. So a ruler, you need 2 sheets of high density foam. And basically if you go to Walmart, if you go to Joann's, you're gonna find them where you find the pillows. And I got mine in 22 by 36, and that'll suffice for any amount of hip pads and butt pads. So when it comes to drag, we think of a few things. We think of boys dress up as girls, boys dress as women. We think about drag queens have to look like females. It's not just a man's thing, but we have bio queens, we have non-binary individuals. And that's totally acceptable. This is drag 101 for us. One of the things that you want to do is make sure that you give as much of an illusion as possible. I've always been told that the 3 biggest things are nails, eyelashes, and hip pads. So today we're doing a tutorial on contouring our bodies. If you look at me as a regular person, you just see that I'm just a normal guy and I'm just straight and narrow. I have no hips, I have no curves, I have nothing. So in order for me to be a drag queen and give off the illusion that I have a female body, the whole drag scenario wants to go ahead and maintain a hourglass figure standard. That is what we strive after. So we want to give ourselves hips so they give more of a curve to our lower abdomen, make us give a more feminine look to ourselves. There's reasons for everything. You know, when you start out in drag, you want to go ahead and get your hips a certain way. You want to also work on your chest. You know, you can be a boobless queen. There's a lot of people who are. There are people that like a lot of boobs, like James Mansfield. It's okay, I love you, James. You know, that's the thing, is like that's what I kind of strive after. I strive after that really exaggerated body. I want the really big J-Lo hips, and I want the really big James Mansfield boobs. So that's where I contour my body at. That is a quick little breeze on proportionizing and making sure your body is appropriate. So before we get started, I'm actually gonna go ahead and zoom into, I'm gonna get out of face and out of makeup so you can go ahead and see how I look as a boy. I'm gonna really show you what the standard is for the drag industry. So, and then when it comes to bio queens and stuff like that. So bio queens can go, I mean, they're very curvaceous naturally. Women are naturally curvaceous. If you have somebody who is a bio queen, if you have somebody who doesn't have as much curve to them, but they are a female, you can go ahead and give them a little bit of a hip, but they don't need too much. They're already natural females. They don't need to go ahead and enhance it like guys do. So most people, if you are a bio queen, and you need a little bit more cushion, then you would have to have just a small layer, like a small pad, maybe like a 1.5 inch. I don't think you need a huge thing. But you know, for me, I need a 2 or a 3. That is how we do our hip pads. And so it's different from trans, it's different with bio queens, and it's different from cisgender drag queens. So to begin this tutorial, we gotta go ahead and make sure that we are wearing something that's very form-fitting. We're gonna try and capture our curves. We're gonna start building out a queen. So for me, I have a very slim body, and in the drag world, you know, there's a difference between men and women who are doing drag. And so for men, the biggest necessity is to do hip pads. With the chicken carver, they're gonna probably take about 30 minutes a pad. And if you use scissors, which you can totally do, they're gonna take like 4 hours to do. And you're gonna get blisters, so I'm gonna save you from that. The way we first get started is we go ahead and we use the plastic wrap that we got from either the dollar store or Walmart, pretty much. And this is how we start using it. And so basically, this is where you're gonna be wrapping yourself from your hips, your natural hips, or actually midsection, all the way down to almost your knees. So you're gonna probably need somebody to either help you out, or else if you can do it yourself, that's great too. But make sure you ask for help if you need some, because we don't want you falling or nothing like that. So I'm actually gonna have help myself. I'm gonna have my boyfriend come over here and help me wrap myself. So basically what you wanna do is you wanna unravel it, and you wanna start at the midsection, and I'm gonna pass it over to him, and he's gonna start spinning me kind of around, you know, or he's gonna be spinning around, going around me, wrapping it up. And we're gonna go from our midsection, and you wanna always go from your midsection down to your knees, because you're gonna be tracing on a new pattern for your hips. So basically what we do is we're right here and we're drawing our hips right over here. There you go. Just so you can kind of see it a little bit better. Just so you can see it. So basically all I do is I just sit here and I just trace. I'm just tracing. Make sure that as you go around, you're stretching it back out, because here, we're just gonna mark the X's where we wanted them to have them. And then this one, so this is where it's gonna start, right here. And the last one, right here. And so we're gonna use that ruler again, and we're gonna go back and just draw a straight line, and then a line in between. So now we're at the point where we're gonna be using our turkey carver. I got this for $10 that we're at Walmart, and we're gonna use this to cut the foam out. I've always used scissors. So we're gonna go ahead and try it today. Just make sure you're very careful, you don't cut yourself. These things are very easy to cut. So now we go ahead and we start out by going and using the turkey carver and cutting out everything out the basic silhouette of your hip pad. Once you're all done cutting out the basic silhouette and the basic shape, you're going to go ahead and start carving the sides out, the sides of the perimeter. You want these sides to get out as flat as you possibly can, while giving a bigger bump for the middle, where the X and where the line stitching is. And basically what happens is that bump is our new hip, and we are trying to blend out the edges to where they go completely flat. So under our tights, they go ahead and look like actual skin. Right here, I'm just shaving out the bottom sides of that T piece that I made, and so basically what that's going to do is it's going to make our lower leg, and we go ahead and we just start carving out the sides again, and we're going to go all the way around until we're satisfied with it, and then we go ahead and we blend the top with the bottom, and we do this at an angle so that way it looks pretty seamless. As you continue to blend out, don't be necessarily afraid if you accidentally make the line of your original drawing, the original pad, if you accidentally take a chunk out of it or whatever, it's gonna be hidden away underneath 4 pairs of tights. So don't be too hard on yourself, it's gonna blend out, it's not gonna even be noticeable. If you carve out too much, if you accidentally carve out too much, go ahead and try to see what you can salvage, but if you can't, you can go ahead and apply some glue later on after it's done, and you can reapply it. But you won't be able to carve as much, or it'll be a little bit more tougher to go ahead and carve through. So now here, this is just a period where we're just kind of just blending a lot. We're taking some off the top, but we're also going and blending in with the sides over here. And so you want to go ahead and make sure that you are, we want to make sure that you are blending both sides, or else it's going to look very blocky. You want to go ahead and blend so it will just look like a natural hip. And with 4 pairs of tights, even with these pads, they will work. But the problem is with it is that if you're not blended, it'll look very boxy. And once you're all done with the blending part, you're gonna get a whole bunch of foam everywhere. Don't be afraid. And so what you can do, what's the best way to do it is just to take the pad off of your workstation and just kind of like give it a couple whacks or a couple beatings, and all that foam should come right off. And so you're gonna see me do that here. And so we go back into blending some more. We want it to be kind of as seamless as possible, but when you're also carving or using scissors, it's gonna be very cottage cheesy looking, and it's gonna be very bumpy. And so even though you're gonna use these on the right side, like that's what I always use mine as, what you do is you go ahead and you put on 4 pairs of tights, and it will blend out. And so it won't look like a cottage cheese ass like most people had thought way back when. So hip pads are very much just blending things through. This is how you make a complete set of hip pads. And so thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to go ahead and conclude this part of this tutorial, but just stay tuned. So as you can see, I'm not padded at all. I'm pretty much straight and narrow, just all the way down. So this is the first lesson as far as proportioning your body. As you can see, this is me now. This is what I look like now. I have all my body on almost. Thank you so much guys for coming back to my channel. I really do appreciate every single one of you guys' support. I am actually very excited because this is the first tutorial for actually sewing. I'm actually excited. So now we are going to, next week we're going to be, I was thinking about doing a hip pad thing for somebody who is a bio queen. I think that'd be interesting. My drag daughter was supposed to come, but she got caught up with some stuff at home, and so she could not make it. But I was actually wanting to get her in here and show her how to properly make them as well, so she can go ahead and make them herself. Because she is a naturally born female, I think it would be good for someone to actually see that, because there are not just men watching my channel. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of people who are wanting to pursue the drag, because drag is drag and drag is fun, and drag is a dream and drag is a fantasy. But I'm going to be preparing a lot of different sewing tutorials, and so I am actually really excited about that. So thank you guys for coming back to my channel. I really do appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Let's get fabulous!